Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. When it matters most, turn to the voices you trust. We go beyond the headlines, bringing you the stories you won't hear anywhere else. Live coverage, sharp analysis, real perspective. At home or on the go. Stay connected when it counts. Stream Fox News on Fox One. Download today.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me? Taxi! Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And now we're going to go to self-proclaimed super journalist who was in the war zone. So he does have a different perspective, having been in the war zone, talked to people there, seeing how the response is. And we want to get his take on it. His name is Chris Cuomo. Chris?
Yes.
The Strait of Hormuz, we know about it, we knew about it. Yeah, except you can't get it open. You just heard that we're not really degrading their uranium. There's not going to be regime change. How does he get out of this with any proclamation of accomplishment?
So, political calculations, you guys are better at that than I am. But I think there are 3 points. The first one is that Israel and the United States of America are obviously very good allies. America obviously is supportive of Israel's continued existence. However, we have very different interests in this situation. Everyone gets, you can argue with Israel's application and tactics, the duration, the degree of what happened in Gaza, certainly what's happening in Lebanon that people aren't even seeing yet. But they have an existential threat, and the Israeli people are squarely behind what Benjamin Netanyahu is doing. That is not where America is. America does not face an imminent or an existential threat the way we commonly understand those things, which is why the administration has to keep playing games with the descriptions. And this move, absent regime change, absent really any good talking through, is a problem for the American people. Not because they like the regime, not because they want America to fail, not because they're pro-terror, but because it doesn't look like this is an overwhelming success that is worth sacrificing what is hurting them at home. America's existential circumstance is domestic turmoil. Israel's is foreign. That is a huge difference that needs to be understood in this situation. The second thing is that fix America first is going to be what wins the midterms. Not Trump screwed up in Iran. Not anything about what he did abroad. He didn't keep his promises because he's not an integrity guy. People went to him for disruption out of desperation, not because he was the white plume pointing the way is up. Third point. Stuck like a fly on fly paper is an analogy, a simile, not a metaphor.
See, that was just unnecessary.
Which part?
And personal. But I'm going to let it go because I am bigger than you are.
Which part?
I think you make an obvious point, but a true point.
Okay, which is?
That Israel has a different agenda than we do.
Well, but it's important because us getting sucked into advancing the Israeli agenda is good for Israel in a way that is not good for America.
He still needs a way out. How does he get out?
Oh, yeah. See, I don't see that as a challenge. I know you do because you're looking at it through the lens of rational thought, not MAGA thought. MAGA thought is, we won, I'm out. He said it again today. I'm out, beat him down more than anybody ever. Nobody's ever done what we just did. Everything's better off. Everybody in the region is thanking me. Now we're going to go back home.
They're shooting missiles further than they've ever shot missiles before.
Nah, but they don't have as many.
What do you mean they don't have as many? They're going further than they've ever gone before. Strait of Hormuz, we knew it. They killed you in the Strait of Hormuz. They put a chokehold on oil globally, and you should have. You want to talk about a military debacle? How did you miss that one?
We didn't miss it. It's in every war game. But
then you lost the game.
Well, that's what you say. I say that you are weak. You like to talk and attack, but you did nothing. You gave them $1 billion in a deal that allowed them to develop all this stuff. I have degraded everything. Freedom is not free. War is bloody. It takes time and it takes money. Everybody knows that. They only complain about it when they're not the
ones
who execute.
They can have a nuclear weapon in 4 years. You bought us 4 years? All this for 4 years?
We don't believe that.
By the way,
we think they're much more step back than that.
You kicked a hornet's nest. They fund terrorists. You now have a new generation of terrorists hating America. Hating America.
I agree that is a problem with what happened in Gaza and perceptions around the region. I disagree on Iran. Now, please, all of you, save me the agita. I am advancing arguments so that I can have parry and riposte with Andrew for your benefit as critical thinkers.
What did you just say? Parry and riposte?
Yeah, that they do when they're fencing. You know what I mean? You come at me, I come at you.
Parry and
I
riposte.
do fence.
Right,
I have a rapier, right? I have a rapier.
Okay.
Rapier wit.
Yeah.
So listen, just listen for a second. This is what I'm saying. Don't come at me about, I can't believe you said this, you contradicted yourself. I'm advancing the argument that you're hearing from the administration. The administration is Iran is not Gaza. Why? The regime is not organic to it. This is an insurgency. The people want it out. We are helping the people. Trump is the only one who acted on the intention of helping the people. They want the regime gone. I have weakened it for them. They're going to have to do the rest themselves. But this was the right thing to do because Islamic jihad and Islamism is nowhere embodied more poisonously than in the Iran regime. And I did more to hurt it than anybody else.
You didn't accomplish a regime change. You didn't destroy their military capacity with the single most devastating weapon, which is their nuclear capacity. You bought us.
I'm not done yet.
4 years.
I'm not done yet. When I leave, I will say I did those things.
Yeah, but nobody. You can say whatever you want to say, but there has to be some dosage of credibility. And I'll tell you why the Democrats are going to win in November. Not because of what the Democrats are saying or doing. The Democrats are going to win because people want balance in government. They want less drama, less volatility. I don't want to wake up.
That is an obvious but true point, to use your own criticism. I do think, though, you may want to reconsider.
Yeah.
Oh, no, when you said to me, I made an obvious, we all knew what you were doing. What I'm saying is I'm now doing the same thing to you, see how you like it. But my point is this.
You went first, right? You went first. Is this simile not a metaphor?
So you're Trump
wasn't a
now.
metaphor. You had to point out that it wasn't a metaphor. That's what you had to say?
What you did. No, please. We were raised better than that. You didn't like what I did, so you did something worse.
Yeah.
So you did something worse.
Okay.
Because you're Trump. You're Trump.
Yeah.
See, you grew up right next to the guy. I didn't grow up there. I was in Albany, so I'm not like you.
I
you're
see.
Like
you're not from Queens. You're from Albany. That's what you said?
Remember you called me Lord Fauntleroy. Remember that?
Yeah. I called you Mansion Boy.
You scarred me.
Yeah. That scared you?
Yeah.
Scarred you?
No, it scarred me.
Yeah.
It's not the only scar, but it scarred me. So look, I think that you got to look at this one a little differently, Andrew. Here's why. One, the Democratic Party needs leadership and needs to be able to seize opportunity in a way that isn't just obvious in trying to be what beat you. I think that Democrats are going to want their own disruptor. They're going to want their own form of populism and message that galvanizes the now out of power, angry people against the administration. And they have the opportunity. I don't know if they have what else they need. But this is not the typical midterm rejection of the incumbent, right? This is a skip term president. This is a really divided place. It's a really low level of dialogue and of combat, and the needle moves very slightly, and there's only 7% of the seats are actually open, and only half of that 7% are competitive.
Yeah.
So I really think this comes down to micro adjustments of the moment as you get close to the midterms.
Yeah, you are smart and facile. but not good looking. But
Facile.
Yeah. Facile.
Is that curable?
Yeah, no, it's curable. They
have a pill for that?
They have a medication now, yeah.
Oh.
But you have to go, it's a prescription. What's going to happen is the Democrats are not going to win the midterms. The Republicans are going to lose. Americans are going to want balance. They're going to want some check on this president. They're going to feel that he acted too dramatically and too unilaterally. And they will see balance, a Democratic Congress as balance. The problem is going to be the Democrats are going to say, we won rather than the Republicans lost. And they're going to say, we won with our far left extremist rationale. And that, my friend, is poison for the Democratic Party long term. I love you. You're facile and you're smart. Those are compliments. Take it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's always good to speak to you.
Not always, but thank you.
No. In fact, I really was watching the St. John's game, but now I'm here.
Sorry.
They're winning, by the way.
Good. Thanks.